I was encountering a lot of Toxic Rocks and Ghost types on my Halloween Cup battles, so then it hit me. You need to play Umbreon for those Ghost types and also run Psychic on it for those Toxic Rocks and especially the Poison types in total. So as you can see here against the Toxapex, this is gonna work just fine, and this team was suggested to me by a subscriber of this community that we have built on my YouTube channel. So with that said, now we're gonna use Umbreon up in front with double poison, and as well we're gonna use the amazing poison jab as our fast attack. It's gonna take over at the back. We're having now the earth power on whatever comes in, and this is gonna connect for big damage on that War Madame. We're gonna go down a simple confusion, which is kind of a bummer, but you can see as to how you can manipulate even a Pokemon like this towards your advantage, because we can still go ahead and throw the foul play for even bigger damage at this point on that War Madame. They're getting super close to another move though, and I do not want to lose my Umbreon just like that. I'm just gonna fire off my last move, my last foul play, and down they go. At the back they have now Greninja, which is not great for my current state with Umbreon having no last resort. Instead we're running Psychic for those Toxic Rocks, and let's see how many we're gonna see today, because before I ran this team I was encountering a lot, and all of a sudden they went out of existence. So here comes now another move, and to my surprise here they survived with just a little HP to get there to that Sludge Wave, and this damage was pretty crucial at this point. Now we're definitely on the range of a single Night Slash, and all we have to do here is to protect our Toxapex. To do so though, we have to protect it not only with a shield but also with a switch to catch the next Night Slash on our Umbreon. Unfortunately, once again we do not have last resort, so we have to get to the foul play. They get the boost, they cannot farm down. Let's get that sweet victory to start off the video. Mobile up in front is always a bad news Pokemon for our Umbreon, and right after we're gonna see that on the mid battle we will meet up with that Grimer. So I know that one Mud Bomb can easily be taken while we resist those poison jabs by a lot, while also we can answer back at them with a heavy hitting earth power. They are gonna block, but then we have one more move before going down with our Poison Fang. Perhaps going first for the Poison Fang could have been a much better choice, because them shielding was pretty obscure and obvious, but to be honest, right here I'm just glad that we have the shield advantage with that outcome with our Nidoqueen. So here comes now the foul play to finish off Grimer, and of course with Grimer out of the way now we might have the upper hand with Toxapex at the back. They end up having a Pokemon like Shadow Victreebel on the meta of Halloween Cup. Why are you doing this, trainer? And we're having the Leaf Blade. You know what? We're just gonna go to town by completely farming down this Pokemon. We have one Brine to do some cheap damage on this one, and one more to go almost for the knockout. We know that this Pokemon is Shadow, which means that they take more damage than usual, and now we might have actually the upper hand up against that Pokemon. So here comes the Power Punch. All we need to do here is to survive the remaining Fire Fangs, and we do not have a lot of HP remaining. One foul play to get them super low, and one more to guarantee the victory up against our worst counter. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having up in front a Greninja. This one is not good for us, that's for sure, because we do not have last resort. Once again I'm gonna call it, and yeah, Psychic is our only way to go. Obviously here running last resort is gonna help you much more, so perhaps you need to play something like this if you want to be much better than me on your battles of Halloween Cup. But Psychic is gonna help you even more against poisons, and you might also need that. So the question remains, why not last resort and Psychic? First of all, this is a double legacy one, and I think that foul play is still gonna be needed on some situations, because it is gonna charge up much faster than the other two. Anyways, enough about Umbreon, it is already out of the way. We're focusing here on our Toxapex, which just fainted against that Golbat, and of course right after we have those Poison Fangs coming up. At this point I want to respect them, but of course I cannot farm down. Hopefully though they switch out to their Greninja, and they end up blocking here, which is absolutely great. Now I can easily farm down with my shields and my Nidoqueen, and of course with the poison poison jabs, and since they get the boost once again, I don't know what is happening lately, we're just gonna complete the farm down with those poison jabs. All we have to do here is to go for the bait and then finish them off with a deadly earth power. The bait is successful, but unfortunately for us, we cannot reach there to the earth power. They're gonna do it first and we will faint into this amazing battle that we just had. Scizor now is one of these Pokemon that you want to see and you do not want to see at the same time, and that's mainly because of their ability to get to those charge attacks fairly fast, but also they are kinda glassy. So right here a double foul play will be more than enough to finish off this Pokemon, but as it seems this trainer wants to go for the crazy overfarm and then throw the Iron Head. So this means that they have no X-Scissor at all, and we can take kinda advantage of that with our Umbreon. Foul play here is gonna connect on the Swalot since they're trying to catch, and here is where you need definitely to have a move like Psychic. Obviously here switching out to Toxapex could have been the better choice, but I think that having Umbreon into play will serve no purpose at all, so that's why I want to sacrifice it over here. Seeing that Swalot coming in makes me think that at the back they might have another poison type, but perhaps a poison dark. So here comes now Scizor up against my Pokemon, and I'm pretty fine with that, to be honest. I know that whatever they throw can easily be taken by my Oceanic tank here, and right after at the back they have a Chargeback. So they had no poison dark like I predicted, but still they had a counter to my Umbreon, so I'm just gonna take it as a severe counter to my Umbreon. So sacrificing that Pokemon back then was pretty crucial, and right here now we have to respect the damage from the crunch. It is the crunch to my surprise as well, because most of those Chargebacks are running Discharge with X-Scissor, and right after we have Poison Fang to finish off the battery like Pokemon. Swalot here is gonna reach to their Ice Beam, down goes my Queen, but also we got Trapex, which is just gonna trap them to our amazing victory hole. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having Mawile once again up against us. This time though they have Ice Fang, and guess what? This is absolutely devastating for our Nidoqueen. I don't know what's happening here, I definitely did not expect that, so that's why I switched out so easily. Sometimes you need to stay in for at least one snarl with your Umbreon to check their move, because Mawile really has a lot of fangs to offer up against the meta of Great League and whatever format like this Halloween Cup. So as it seems here, we're just gonna switch out to our Umbreon on the mirror battle. Of course they're gonna see our switch first, so here comes now Last Resort, and yeah, this is looking kinda weird. Hitting a wall with your own wall makes no sense at all, but hopefully they will switch out to their Mawile. Here comes now the Power Up Punch, we can easily take that while we have already pressed our move and the foul play. This will put the Mawile at a critical condition, but still they can still survive my following snarls. So here comes now another Power Up Punch, and all I want to do here is to preserve that energy for the end game while we have our Toxapex now coming into play. We have enough energy to unleash our first charge attack, which is Brine, and one more right after we use one more Poison Jab. This Brine will put that Golbat at a very low position that we can get hit by a Poison Fang without getting so much in a panic situation. Here comes now Brine to finish off Golbat. They are gonna block for the final time, and now that they have no shields at all, remember that banked energy that we had? Yeah, Umbreon is finally having the time to unleash it, and because my opponent doesn't know that we do not have Last Resort, they will back out, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah, trainers, we just took a win just like that. Sometimes you need to stay in because you never know what will happen. Anyways, now Carbink will be up against us on the switch, and of course we're just gonna respond with the Earth Power. Big damage output on that Pokemon, and I know that we can easily survive while we can still rely on our Nidoqueen to completely farm down. Here comes now Dragalge, and even though I could shield here because I have enough energy for a simple Earth Power, I decided to not do that because I have Psychic on my Umbreon, and we can definitely use that towards our advantage and of course do massive damage, surprising our opponent even though they had 2 shields remaining. So at this point we're just gonna go down, I believe, to this X Scissor, or can we survive? Oh my goodness, yeah, we can survive. And of course before they reach to their next one, we can easily go for the Snarl and the Foul Play to do even more damage to their shields. Another foul play is coming up, they're getting super low, and now my Toxapex can easily go in. By blocking twice those discharges, we can easily go ahead and finish them off. So right here Dragalge will return for the final time into this battle. The Brine will bring them to no HP from that HP range, so this is the only move that I can throw, but Outrage is coming up. Big damage on my Trapex, but still we have enough energy to unleash our final charge attack, and why not the Sludge Wave for the overkill against that charge attack, and that will conclude this battle into an amazing victory. Denix will be our final opponent with a Toxicroak. Finally it happened up in front. Let's see how well we can do here, because even though we got Psychic, this might seem good, but it isn't. Not yet at least. We're just gonna see now on the Switch Mandipass, and of course our Pokemon here will be more than glad to encounter this one, because we have a Shadow Nidoqueen, which means that our poison jabs will hurt even more after the debuffs. Here comes now another move, this time to finish us off, but it doesn't matter. I do not want to spend any shields here, and I know that I can get ahead on energy with my Umbreon, able to completely farm down and get out of here with a whole Psychic worth of energy. Toxicroak returns into the battle, and we got a Psychic to unleash, but my opponent was waiting for it. Well, that was kinda weird, but they still made it work for them with that shield. Anyways, on the Switch we're met up with their own Umbreon, and now we have a Sludge Wave from our Toxapex, not Toxicroak. They have the Toxicroak. Ganeto, come on, keep your mind straight. So here comes now another Sludge Wave from my part. I think that was a CMP, not sure though, and this is gonna hit that Umbreon pretty hard. At this point we can survive pretty much whatever they throw, but I know that I have to switch out right after. I have to respect the damage here from those counters and the Mud Bombs, so here comes my first shield, and right after we got the Psychic to one-shot down this Pokemon. We are not gonna bait, even though we know that they obviously are gonna shield here, but still we're just gonna go ahead and reach to another Psychic before going down. Down goes here the Toxicroak, and that is gonna be an amazing ending to this video. Even though we're gonna get to the CMP, we're still gonna win it with our foul play up against the mirror battle in the end game. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Also be sure to smash that like button and become a subscriber if you are already not one, because this will help our community over here expand even more. With that said, thank you once again for sticking around till the end. Check out one of these 2 videos, and I will see you all into the next one.